It's working. I was trying to get this to work, and it's finally working. I got the stream going. So this game is a game I don't know nothing about. I really don't know nothing about. So we're gonna try this one. I have no clue what I'm getting into. I would play this last time, but it's been so long I don't remember. It's a lot of reading. Uh, we're gonna play as I don't know. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Alright, what should I play as? I have no clue what I should play as. We played as this last time, engineering, but operator or extractor. Operator? We'll play operator then. I forgot how to play this game, so I have a little small wiki thing, if I remember correctly. It just showed me the basics of like what I should be looking for. But this game is the first thing you become aware of on walking. Awaking is the disconnect or the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Mine are almost imperceptible of I can't read that half the time, but always present. The first thing you become aware of on I know that's the one thing. It's at its worst when waking. When yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. I think I forget that body. I think I want to think of that body because I don't know. Maybe I want to think about it. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips and behind and around you, and the sensation fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful of the dull nature of this new body given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard, at your back and face, crimping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistence, throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the plan, remember the others, remember the plan. Okay, we remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't good plan, but then your options were limited. And once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple collapse. The shift, drift away in chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourselves into containers, then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be known on that grim and heartless rock. Even if in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. I'll try to rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left, surely weeks, maybe months. You are duly aware of damage to your legs. Your right arm, you have been reserving energy so much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of the impossibility begin to gather. It is the time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing and once recoil into a dream of when you were once a human person. Time passes, cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth, not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor sound too, everywhere screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then a light white as the cold, softer and softer until the haze of dirty yellow and figure appears. You are out. Oh, where are we? What am I? Am I human? No, I'm not human. I'm a robot, maybe? Maybe a robot, I forgot. Oh, it's been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of the mylar blankets. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, but to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of improvised heater. You are surrounded by angler and currents, lumps of ships come corroded beyond recognition. Others still carry glossy wounds along their edges where the plasma arcs slice them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, Sleeper, your thought yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this, and new frames must have better perseverance. In Sub-Zero vac, seen more than a few of you frozen solid in hull plates or inside outer locks. In my time, they weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his head set with his glinting eyes mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his link drones perch its iris eye, locking you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. They struggled to read and convert beneath detect a memory, a moment of perhaps just figuring out what to do. I plan to survive. You aren't sure if he hears you. I won't ask you what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation, and I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now, and you are just software, a rogue emulation, illegally processing corporate property. You nod along, you remember a biometric signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded through these sleeper cells, the promise of a life of the world. But as you do, you'll get to know familiar sensations that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead, at least the last one didn't. There is no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S&R wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep a hold of you, well, no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it, from the other sleepers' planned obsolescence. And built and independent on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been since do you have it? But for now, the sleeper, you are the lucky one. Drago glances up in away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you could be right now. The eye. Station, you soon see. Enough. Drago's impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be eating on. He trolls off. There's an old freight container I've been using storage out in stack. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days. You are welcome to it. Some wells up inside of you. Your feet. Alright, you head up there. You look like you need some rest and went into the wrecks. His drone already converging on the rusting Hulk plasma flashes. Soliding his spendy figure as he returns to work. Alright. Tutorial. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life of the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to the characters, explore, and say blah blah blah, don't need, la la la. Empty container, location, rest, and okay, yeah, whatever. We'll die. I remember some of the story now. Some of the memory came back. I don't really remember a lot about this game. It was pretty memorable about surviving and harshness where I needed blah blah blah. After all this time, you stand to find this body in the one you awake and now strange and disjointed. Its message readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up and pulling the mire blanket close against the cold. Here you go, your ruined station, millions of miles from anyone. You know, are you still in the system? Did any one of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. Building a life. We should getting answers. All that matters is the past is impossible to escape. If it remains a blur, what S&R did to you cannot be forgotten. You need a way of understanding of all of this before you can move on. Where are you? Where are you? What is this place? What happened to the others? The questions outnumber the answers. You want to change that, but you have to learn to survive first. Dragos have left a few comforts in the container. The amount of blanket and bedroll You slept on a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some discontinued powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water and contains of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images of your restless sleep come back. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly, a web of threads pulling at your skin, a constellation of bright polygonal shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasant and vascular about these images, and it's long after you've finished drinking. Before they begin to fade, you tidy away the stove as best as you can. Try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Alright, give me one moment. I need a drink. I'm going to need a lot of water for this. I'm going to read. So condition 1, your condition represents the current state of artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence or injury or lack of food. If your condition bare empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporation pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your conditioners, fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions. You must rest and recover them ending of each cycle. Okay, energy, you need energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first, you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments by each cycle. Drago standing in the corner. Close up. He's still wearing his headset, and then the harsh light of the corridor has realized it's implanted. A drone sits his shoulder. It's catch the sensor eye rapidly. Irises, how are you feeling? Okay. The drone chirps. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin marked by burns and biotics. I know the container isn't much, but I'll keep you safe. He pauses. So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You will enough to work. Sure. Alright, then he nods. As the yards, it's simple stuff. We hack these holds down, sell them off to the shipyards. Our bright market dealers for cryo, occasionally we pull out of some tech. Something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. It is hard to find good hands here, but I'll figure as you sleeper, you be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Got it. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my option, you would be the best suited for moving on as quick as you can. And sleepers, well, he throws off. But things bring the way that they are for me. At the yard, he pauses. I need the help. Happy to. Okay, he pauses. Thinking of something else to add? Look, just come down to the yard when you are feeling fresher. There's plenty to do here. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, and the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Look, it's time to get to work. I actually want to see everything here. What is this? I don't think I have any, I don't have any. Alright, okay. Positive.com. Okay, so this is pretty simple. Risky. Menu salvage. Okay. Type 1, critical repeatable, critical only. Okay. Modifiers. Okay. Okay, a lot of information. My brain overloading. My brain. I'm taking in all the knowledge. Not gonna blink. Not yet. Okay, I got the knowledge. I forgot already. We're gonna go to Safeway. What if I do the risky, right? Okay, in Sleeper you will unlock drives. You can discover more about yourself in the world. Drives guide you to pushings. Specific objectives depending on which path you wish to take. You track drives, yellow marker, location that you okay. I like the start action. Alright, there's nothing here. I think I need to go to Lopi. If I remember correctly. I'll probably have to go home and rest. But we can't do nothing right now. These threads become connections begin to establish themselves and threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and the extension as you feel your thoughts thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into millions of distributed nodes. They connect to you. See the station? No, you feel the station like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Observe it. I want to observe it. Even though you have no eyes, no sight, you can feel the map of the station. Not the map of the station, but the map of its connection. Its salute cloud with spokes and spires. But jolt out into space, it is an ingrown thing full of absence loops and severed pathways. It is system, a map, and a territory all at once. You notice tugging feeling. at you insistently, as if you were a small child. Somehow it is pulling you into a direction at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, embodying yours, not yours, all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open, dark, still walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second, and you feel it waiting there. Stations splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored. And then I really want to go over here. I want to explore the bright market. I'll do it one more time. Alright, explore the market. What is that? That seems important. Slum Doctor. Next, calmly call the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down, your shoulders high, and the cue. Try not to bring attention to yourself. You are thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, flickering light strips, the decaying hab block. They have all made the long queue a test of your nerve, but your options are few. Without a supply of the stabilizer, this body of yours, your body will. You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward in the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract you. You look inside. You lean against the door frame. You look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber light flittering through a far doorway, screened in plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slap of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. Wait your turn, he growls. After a few moments, Sorry. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway, and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in. Tashiro. Is that Japanese or what? Tashiro. The enforcer jerks his head, and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway, pushing through the plastic sheeting of the far door. The room beyond the bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a view of the bright market sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment you transfixed by the motion. Come sit, calls a sharp voice. You see a saluted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns. As they do, you see an expression and confused flash across their features. They open their mouth, and as if to speak, they blink and quickly regain their composure. Please sit, they gesture to the bed. They turn to open the case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression. When you first entered, fear, recognition, sadness, and mistakenly etched across their face. How long have it been on the station, they ask. The scanner still to their eye. A few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They sit the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your authentic scan. Your body is dying, they say, it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. S&R doesn't like to see its property or its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They built in a process so-called planned obsolescence. What is that? I'll figure that out one day. Framing decay rapidly when not irregularly injected with a stabilizer, one which S&R remains the sole producer of. They look up, sound familiar. How do you know this? I don't know this. They shift in their seats. You aren't the first sleeper I've encountered. You wait for more, but they go back to their inspection. They swipe to your other arm, running some... Sorry, my throat. That metal device over your skin, you feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says. And you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people. In any of the surrogate systems, you have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and S&R has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know a little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face. I may be able to help, they sigh. And you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Tertiary outside? You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They are influential, and the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits at the same time. I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, saw up their wounds. They look away, but yet again has connections, smugglers from Stera, war belts, mercenaries working for the corporation on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you have a better chance. Sabine sits down, their slate, their notes, complete this. This is dangerous, and it will be expensive. But I will think we can do it. Why help me? Sabine walks away to the window. Their face, dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave Sabine, still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower levels of the market, you look back through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. All right, we need food. Can I have food? I can't do nothing here, right? I have to wait. And I gotta wait by cycles. But we need food. We're starving. Enemy's busy. He's brought. One moment. Let me get some water. It's like reading a story time for y'all. Alright. Impus is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into the dented woke. I gotta research what that is. What is that? Woke? His other hand ideally tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red flick dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch his fullness, a set of orders heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing in the plastic trays. Tongue twisting going on right now. A stack of chits rattle in his apron pocket as customers fly past the burner, handing over pavement. Sorry, I couldn't read that. The chat popped up. Approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty scavengers. Vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose the stained vest, grubbing molds, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best foods on the eye and best drink, comparing notes to bright market dives. Their words cut through and heavy spacer slang. Eventually, it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front, and Mrs. speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Thank him. He smells almost unbearably strong as he cooks the earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire. Your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers. And this says, while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods. As he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confession, the pain, and also the sense of possibility in its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container and the endless cycle spent within it. Now it seems you tell him like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tell off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray, steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk about some more, he smells. But next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and shuts it off. The roar of the flame of the impressive heat fades next time, then sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok before he turns back Through the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of the circular scars across his forearm, each rounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. I definitely will be back. I'm hungry. I got to eat. Let's go to work. We can work. We can't do none of that. How much creds we have? We don't have a lot of creds. 25, that probably won't get us anything. We need to focus on our well-being and health, but we got one more. Should we work? Or should we explore the dock? I think working might be better. Or what do we have here? Oh, that's just ending cycle. We'll do something risky. Alright, we're all out. Shipyard. Is this the... Oh, we could do the shipyard. I think that's a whole different quest. I believe this quest is... I think we get the chance to... I think put a man and his daughter on a ship. I think. But we're actually literally building the ship. I think, if I remember correctly from my last playthrough, I never complete. I think we got we got pretty far in the game. I was getting confused between, like, the whole game, so... Because I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, and I wasn't really reading anything. But now we're going to be doing a playthrough of complete reading. We'll probably play this every Friday, maybe. Probably a Friday. Who knows? Oh, let's continue the story. Let's go to sleep. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind and sparkles with glittering lights like stars reflecting in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes catching the shimmering light beneath. Transparent crystals form. You follow the path of the threads across the ring. Through these forms, then leaps off into the void. Your brain, you begin to understand these are nodes, connection of the maps of information of the communication. There are so many layers, so many loops, that it seems almost impossible to praise, but you begin to try. Let's focus on the threads. Focus on the nodes. We're going to focus on the nodes. The nodes are glossy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid fixed points you approach, one of the pyramids or a triangle, dimensions are difficult here. You lean close to inside shifting layers, concealing a tangle of threads, meeting point of exchange, but before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages, the puzzles, boxes, only leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across the ghostly landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you, you look down again and you see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions as if they were tied around you. Let's look at the first. The first thread leads out away from the station into an inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are a ship and they closer with each cycle. Oh no. Oh, I remember now. The second thread leads to pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you can see something. A spear shimmering above, strange and regular body. A pole shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, tasting. You open your eyes. Time to short. Oh man. Okay. Something has changed inside of you. You can now access the data clouds of the eye, a network of decaying protocols. Data catches. While you can use dice and items to access the system, extract data, but be careful, the networks are old and strange. Toggle. Alright. I think this is where the hacking comes into, and we can probably make some money. But the only nodes is the key node is I don't have a chip. Okay, so these are dice. Oh, what was that? No! What was it? I didn't see it! Oh well. I have one data point. I still have time to do that. We'll probably need more food. We're starving. If I can... We needed to eat. We'll try to make some more. Let's check, okay, so the duck, wet duck. We don't have, how do I see my, so this is it. So this is me, right? I have, Socks, what are you doing? Oh, you crazy cat. Don't meow at me. Give me one more. I'm trying to figure out what I want to go once I get an upgrade. Well, we'll worry about that. Wait, it says I have upgrade available. Is that right? How do I do that? I have 3 upgrade points, but I can't. I'm stupid. I'm a little bit slow. I have. It says I have 1 point. Oh no, 2 points. I have 0 points. Okay, I'm stupid. Sorry. We got food. I think we should go try to work at the dock. We're gonna try to make more money. 5 cry out. Oh, okay. But now we're gonna go to sleep. I hear. Sorry. Someone out there hunting you. I don't know, hunt me. I don't want to be hunted. As you close up, voice echoes. Oh, you are close up and a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up! Turn. Thing is coming down to the corridors today, towards you. A wonky grin on his broad face. Hey! Glad I caught up to you! Glad I caught you, okay. Do I know you? He grins, you do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around, just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough, it can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. Wait, what was it old Erlen said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but well, not always. Very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Erlen? You pass together into the main walkway. No one has told you about Erlen. He's the founder of this place. That's why it bears his name. Heavenage should organize some seminars. He laughs. Not really my department, though. I'm with systems. What is... I want to know Heavenages. Think of us as the administration of association for the eye, depending on who you talk to. We either emerge as a response to or a continuation of Andrea Erling's original union. He smiles personally. I avoid the topic. He stops you in quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity, and well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around, but this is not a place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a sock or two to prepare. Then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright, and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand to farewell. All right. I really need to upgrade, but how do I get upgrades? I don't have that input. As you drift back into the notes, something latches onto you, thread strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver and soars somehow both distant and closer behind your ear. Oh, have I saved? Is this a save game? Actually, I want large text. That would help. That's better. You see a distant glint of the lights shut off, and suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent processing. Resist. You struggle against the threads, and it tightens your response. A glitter. Please hold. The threads around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for the moment, and it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure of a creature is in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What do you do? The shape paces around you. Legs. There is no ground. There is no pace on entity. Identifying origin. Serial condensed. The figure faces Sleeper.I. Unknown. The figure's strange head rotates brackish. Signature of not an attempting interface as the figure speaks. More threads begin to spiral from his head. Thick, sneaking vine like ribbons that flex a wave. They approach with intent. Stop. You kick off the glide away through the clouds, and threads surging after like predatory tentacles. They follow, wrapping the space around you until you hold you within a web. Tangle, closing in. Hunter halts the threads. It's twitching entity. Identify as unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I'm a person. Incorrect. Oh. One moment. Let me check chat. Man, these are a lot of words, tongue twisting. Alright. Incorrect. You are an entity all at once. Hunter's head is directly in front of me. You're blocking your vision. You stink in their taste. The one from the sealed dog hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dog. An entity hides in the Rodana. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Strike. Oh no, we're getting hit. Okay, you lash out with you force, not a physical strike, but a focus of a spike of interference leaping out like a tip of a spear. Under stumble chef separates. Wake up. Your eyes blinking back into the station light, shaken with fear. Oh, we're not doing that again. We might need food later. Let's go ahead and work. Let's see if we can do it. obtain cryo. We're gonna need more, what is Ort? We could try to play the exchange. I don't have Institute though. I do want to explore the... Can I not explore no more? We'll work one more time. We'll do safe. Controller died. I'll forget to charge my controller. After I had my PlayStation cleaned out, I just turn it off instead of rest mode now. Because it sits underneath a vent, so... I'll go to sleep. How do I even get a power up? I mean, a level up? That's my question. I have 0 upgrade points. I don't understand this. Alright, so, I guess we can't do nothing with that just yet. What is that? We could go to Fiends, but we should probably work for... Oh, wait. Hold up. What do you have? Do I have any ore? I could buy some scrap. We don't even have anything. I'll go scrap. That could be extra work. What is this? Oakland Crossing. We'll go here. Sleeper, Fiend. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Fiend. Catching your attention. As you approach the Heavenage building, leaning against a bay door, the side of the entrance. You approach easier to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look, you know. He slams a button on the bay creaks open, blinking lights, dark behind it. You follow Fiend inside. Truth to be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses and closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators, diagnostic slates, and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There is a chorus of hum that blends into a single wave of static filling the dark corners of the room. What is this? He taps on a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove of all dredged up from this sea of systems we call the I. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to the tower blocks speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the origin station. AE1, the one Zerlum built, we've had to invent new components to repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up to the eye and think they are seeing a concrete of reality, but the place and system constant flux, decaying and glowing and collapse into a new configurations. And he walks down between the hardware stacks. And you follow. We are keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to the face you among the flickering machines humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All the systems and sections you can't you? I can't see it. It makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Thing notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you are on the run, though. They are tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in the subsystem. I can't see access protocols. Last to time, decay, secrets, a shit load of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in the Heaven Age, there is old growth. There is whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past. I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. I'm in. Fiend bumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Fiend passes you a rugged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Shalom cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station slot. That into the old network gate, you'll be able to pull out kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use the emulated mind of yours and see what out there. Let's get a picture of how those things are. Those above, he nods and ceiling. I have granted me the acquisition budget. I can pay you whatever useful data you bring in. Know you need it. He slams the door button. Again, keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper. And I'll see you soon. You step blinking back out into the passage. Those flickering lights still in the back of your body. Okay, I think it was this one, right? Okay, so these are AE1. Okay, we'll go into this one. I don't have that one. Do I have this one? I don't have that one. I don't have anything. Okay, so we're gonna need a. Let's go ahead and empty container. Let's go ahead and do this real fast. Let's get risky. We'll deliver data. Can I can't have that data. Okay. So we need to go back in and find the data, right? This is what he wants. One of these, right? I really need I remember that reroll perk. We can't do that, but we can do this one. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flashing across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates, bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focus on the hulking ship as it lowered in. What is it? Drago's laugh. That, my friend, is a great scrap. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs. You turned it around. Now look at this. The ship descended slowly, its interior visibly. Through the multiple hull breaches, you struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Drago's. For the monstrous craft, you can't help but think, what become of its crew? What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. Managed to convince your salvager's friends to give it to me on credit? That's what happened. No, what happened to the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like caving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Drago is visibly excited. I know, I said, you shouldn't stick around, but I'm going to need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl all over the hold. Their lights illuminated, flashing, and dented hull. Watching you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside of the container and wreck of Essen Art freighter, lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to the Dragos on its own, a womb for you, rebirth into a strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Drago squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we are up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship embezzled on the side, Winter Light. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats. Perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as drones start cutting and then slip out of the yard, feeling sudden cold and empty passage. Can I do it? Can I? Tutorial character and upgrades. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade. Point to the spin and upgrading point. Okay. I have an upgrade. We might go for this one because I want to go for that dice reroll. One moment, let me get something to drink. I know what I want to go for. How do I do that? I want to go for... I only have 1 point though. How do I do it? I can't do that yet. And transference. I think I want to go for... We're negative in endurance. We're not even going to try to do endurance, I don't think. We should go for the ones that are in level 0, but I want to go for... We'll wait on it. We have to go here anyways. What is that? Get off my screen. What time is it? It's almost time for me to get off. We'll see what we can do. The first thing you see on entering is a glint of Tashrio's implants like a cat's eye. The dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive. Sabine's door, the entryway, is still dark. You push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it, Sabine stands with a case open in front of them. A set of vials lined up inside, separated from foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how yet again they trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I don't have any idea if it really is what it appears to be. I don't care. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, but we need to be careful. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer work under the similar principle to the immunosuppressants in the transplant operations, and that it stops your body from rejecting unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar parts and each of the biosynthetic organ groups, which over time identify by your body as foreign material, therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up the vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike the immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it rewrites your code. Biosynthetic. Oh, sorry, I can't read today. Biosynthetic, organs with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those as passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all from its own organ passcodes. In very basic terms, look, what matters here is that the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine, the only way to know. Oh. sorry, I got a message from my fiance. Where was I? Genuine, blah, blah, blah. Inject the vial, they begin. Oh, wait. And stabilizers, the genuine, the only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin radiating the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer. Vial uses the syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and then watch as if sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial ejection, but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, fizzling, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabin appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fades into darkness. As you settle back against the bed, you swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, percolating waves of cold. When you step back, Sabine is sitting in the chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slates. Awake? What happened? The stabilizer is genuine. They sat down beside the bed. I don't know how yet again acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Stavlin looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do that somewhere else. They gestured the door. I have other patients, sorry. Stavlin nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You have going to need to pay for your next dose. Silences fills the room, and they return to their growing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder, how long have you been out? Seven? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out of the hallway. A queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Berger stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare. As you leave, you lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Interesting. Oh, what is that? Oh, the scrap frigate. The frigate, right? Scrap freighter, sorry. Alright, so we need to go back into this. Right? Am I right? I don't have the right nodes. I must only put the right nodes in. So that's probably going to be some expensive stuff, so I'm probably going to need to work my butt off to get some of that stuff. Give me one moment. My fiance's making pancakes. I wish I could have some pancakes right now. Some pancakes. Dragons, empty container. What were we doing again? We need food, right? Let's go ahead and get some food. Get some food in our system. We'll get that going. One moment. I want to go for this one. I think this one is going to be good. Oh, wait. No. Hey, come back. I didn't tell you to leave menu. Where we go? Hey, I don't... Oh, there we go. We're going to go for this dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. I think that's going to be good. Honestly, I really want to go for the... Oh, wait. Give me one moment. What's going on? I think my game is broken for a bit. Wow, seriously? Can I... Did I get it? I got it, right? How do I know I got it? Oh, I see. It's pink. We're gonna go for that. Then we need to go for that next one. So we gotta go do this gamble. Can I gamble? Can JC gamble? I want to gamble. We have low. Come on, give me, come on, gamble. 12 crowd, trusted trader. That was garbage. Sorry. We're gonna do this again. No. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Come on, give me something. Okay, so I'm gonna need to go for engineering, I think. Well, how's engineering going? I'm not a negative, but I am. Give me one moment. I was hoping I can reroll perks, but can I go back to like a save? A save 2 seconds ago. I can't. I we're gonna do engineering so I don't. Man, I want the restart, but I'm already. I can fix this playthrough. I hope. We played. I think we played as an engineer last time. All right, we're gonna go. We done that, right? No, we haven't made any. All right, we're gonna sleep some more. Okay, so I got. I don't have the ones I need, do I? Oh, I do. Let's try this again. I'm curious about the history, though. We just need to survive. Oh, crap. We're gonna need a lot. I got a scrap. Alright, we're gonna sleep. I forgot to eat. No, I forgot. I forgot. No one told me. That's fine. Is that what I needed? I don't have that one. I might try to explore more. I think no, because I have these. I have these good dice. I want to use them for the for this. And we can make more money. So we're gonna get some energy going. We could do another one. Oh, look, we got it. Squeeze into the office of entrance to your yard. You lay out everything you have on the winter light. Across the metal desk, your makeshift forensic notes glow on Drago's old writing slate, overlapping lines and scrawled notations. A set of drone scans fill the small terminal with a spectrum of colors, a heat map of the damage of decay, crumpled print points. Where was I? Crumpled print out form the office ship registry lies beside them. Synthetic paper is so thin it is almost transparent. I want to look at the monitor. Reactor failure. That is the verdict that everyone would have returned after a cursory glance at the stacked heat maps of the remains of the winter light on the terminal. In screen, the ship shown in sections of blotches of color markings and approximately damage the ship sustained. Dominating the view of the single blood red rose radiating from the ship's fraction drive, a simple story of a catastrophic failure of the drive core leading to a fatal hull breach. A well-documented failure likely brought on by wear of misuse. But you aren't looking at the rows of the reactor. You're looking at a smaller panel mark one might be easy to miss at a glance. A thumbprint-sized dedicatedly placed over the control servo for the ship menu external airlock. Disguised. It's essentially a controlled shaped explosion. One designed to punch through the hull allowed access to the airlock from the outside. You are looking because it is troubling you. Look at the slate. Your attempts to reconstruction of the winter light before the fatal accident consists of serious overlapping sketches and diagrams showing possible layouts and configurations of the gutted cutter. This was no off-the-shelf model. It is heavily modified, parts replaced with innovative configurations. The new retrofitted into the old handmade joints of the reconditioned filters. This was someone's pride and joy, a lifetime project. kept running with care and intuition, and also contained a set of hidden compartments. You missed them at first. Their hull had been thickened and corners rounded, disguised to change, but they are there. Look at the printout. A plain list shows a registration history of all the winter light and the gaps between the entire tantalizing. It is first registration was a couple of thousand cycles ago. This very station logged at the central hub. From here, the registry tells a story of a busy ship, one that rarely stayed on the station for more than a few cycles, often took a voyage that kept it away from the eye for up to 100 cycles. The winter light got a little rest in the old ship, many cycles under its belt. Carefully maintained a reactor failure preceded by a carefully concealed external entry, a suite of hidden compartments tucked away. This was the winter light, and this was its story. But that's not full story, because there's something else. It's a little more than a list, a tiny chunk of data you were able to pull from the ship's systems. The main systems were fried, of course, but the winter light had a separate system, one tucked away in one of the hidden compartments, armored, air-welled. This lists the only recoverable piece from the whole system. It is partially inventory. It detailed the contents of the hidden compartments. Some of you recognize. Some of it you recognize. Some of it you didn't. You don't. Ship mine ROMs, shimmers, cryo chains, codes, and the final entry, passenger, sleeper. You stare at the list, at the eternal terminal, and they try not to think about what it was like arriving here in a cold or so long half frozen in the freight container. Had this sleeper been smarter, luckier? How had they convinced the winter light a smuggler ship? Smuggler ship? If you ever saw one, to extract them from missing. Look here, you laugh. There had been no remains found any of the winter light's compartments. You had checked, they weren't so lucky, you guess. Not in the end. You hold up a vial of stabilizer and the light. This was all you found in the compartment. A parting gift from Espenport. Well, it won't go to waste now. You will put it back in your pocket. The thought still bothers you. Though, two ships carrying sleepers coming into the same yard, two one after the other, that feels wrong. You flick back and forth between the data sets on the terminals thinking, and you see that thumbprint again, mark of someone trying to get in, someone who entered the winter light with precise speed, and when they were done, left the reactor to clean up the rest. The thought of the person makes you shiver. Suddenly, the office door creaks open. Dragon stands in the doorway, staring at the equipment and notes you have assembled. What is all this? He snatches the slate from the desk faster than he realized he could move. You running an investigation here? What am I paying you for? The drone as his shoulder starts whining and surely, his anger passing through his implants. Where's the ship from? Leaving us alone, he starts, shaking his head. I know you have a lot of questions, but this isn't the way. He turns away, muttering to himself. This is the last thing I need. The ship had a sleeper on it. Dragon freezes, suddenly angry. What did he say? He pushes past. You had to look at the terminal, at the list. He shakes his head. So you... What aren't all of you trying to escape? You are lucky if you that made it out alive. Not them. He folds his arms ignorantly. Drago seems steady himself then back to you. The heat map and reactor failure reflected in his headset. Glassy eyes. I've given you a place to stay, and I've given you a work. I have stumbled over the words and unsure that to stay there is plenty of others who would have sold you on, turned you in, but not me. I know. He softens look. You help me. He quiets the drone. I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor. He straightens up. I clear his throat, but this obsession you have, this ship isn't going to work for me. Can't have you making my clients nervous. I can't have you digging up whatever it is you are after. He sighs. You can't work here anymore. What about the winter light? He reaches over the switches off the monitor. Forget about it. The damn shit. You have enough to keep you up. Dragos reaches across you and flickers off the terminal. As the light of the monitors dies, a kind of eerie calm follows you both. And that is an eerie calm. You, whatever this was, it is done. You made it out, Sleeper. That means you have to move on. What if they come for me? Then you run. You don't come here. You don't scream. You don't shout. You run. And the dark Drago's headset glints, and you wish for a moment you could see his eyes. And maybe then he would understand. You get up from the desk. Drago's gathered the notes, stuffing them into a pocket of his overalls. He holds the door for you, his headset expressionless. As always, you can stay in the container. I won't take that from you. Don't come back. His tone is final. Defiant, with an edge of disappointment, you walked out of the office and then out of the yard, stopping to look back. You leave the yard, the vial in your pocket, knowing that this at least guarantees you a little more time. And as you walk, your mind once again drifts into the person who killed the winter light. Whether or not the person will come for you. Fellow traveler, I got a trophy. Man, that is some backstory right there. I'm talking about some backstory. Jeez. It is kind of chilling too. I'm guessing the corporation we work for, it's coming after us. It comes after all sleepers, eventually. If we don't have the medicine to keep us alive, we'll just die. Either way, you be hunted down, you run for your life. But either way, you might just die in the end. And that is the conclusion I'm getting at right now. We sold our life to a corporation. We turn into some machine. They put us in a machine. I'm guessing they're keeping our body. But at the end, is it really worth trying to run? Isn't it just better to stay and fight? We're out of work. We have to find our work somewhere else now. But luckily, we can earn more credits by gambling. Where are we gonna go from here? We might need to do more. We might need to do more digging. I don't have that input. I need more lore. Give me more lore. This game is interesting. I want more. Actually, reading through all the lore makes you more want to play the game. And I'm not I wanted to play the Gundam game so bad, but the reading got all my nerves. It was like I was tongue twisting. But I'm giving a game another chance. But I'm not going to buy that Gundam game anytime soon. I recently pre-ordered the Ace Combat game, which is I'm going to be getting. I played Ace Combat, the Belkin War, and I heard if I pre-order Ace Combat, just the regular edition was like $70. I'll get 2 games in one, which is the Belkin War and Ace Combat 8, which I'm excited. I might stream both. It really depends. I know it's in October, but all right, let's get back in the game. Okay, so we're gonna go Orth Exchange. We're gonna need more. We're gonna need to make more money. Sadly. Cryo trusted. Okay. We can end cycle. Why can't I, I can't change it. No, why is it highlighting that? No, I don't want that. I can't go to sleep. I saved 11 seconds ago. How do I sleep? I want the in the complete active scenes. Oh, complete active scenes. There's an active scene somewhere. I'm tripping. Oh wait, over here, right? Sleeper, Empis calls out to you. Booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his walk. Whoa. Why? Yeah. Pan, call a pan. The fire leaping up to the meat, the oil. I see you cycle in, cycle out, but you never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind, he pauses. Dazzle something from a plastic bottle into the wall. But one of yours, he looks up at you. Nothing stolen. You pause. The spices reach your nostrils. You think, and the kind of story you like to tell Empis. You look at Empis and the listener and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a stranger's story, something with some spice. Tell him about your dream. All sleepers, you tell Empis, had dreams. Some were simple memories left over from the immolation process that had become tangled up their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in dorms scream and cry out in the night. But your dreams, those gray skeletals after images of systems and structures of threads and patterns, weren't like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares. They were reflections of reality, distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. And that was until now, until you arrived in this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink, and now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process, interfacing, of speaking of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell him that you do not know if there is a reason for your dreams. Perhaps you reason it is just some side effect of particular quality of the frame you inhibit. But whatever it is a gift, and you hope to make use of it. And this finishes cooking and squints. a little at you. Sleeper, you smile. You are quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and you realize that he is trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. And as passes you the meal he has cooked, and you tell it gratefully. As you eat, he talks a natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around you. I look around at the emptying market. But my time is done for today. I do not want to keep you longer, so I will make a proposal. I gesture to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind the stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think. A couple of cycles ago, they said that across the gap in the greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard of this? No. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. And this begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind, he smiles. I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you if you wish. Tell me, tell it by the audience for another story. Tell it be the audience for another story. Good. Booms Impus. Then I will wait for you to bring me. Impus bring me to them. Impus slides his work away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe. Then, Sleeper, good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market. The rich taste of Impus' food still lingers in your mouth. Stories for food? You think a trade that seems more than fair. That is pretty fair. If I was able to go to a Texas, the Texas Roadhouse, and get like a free full-size baby back ribs, and I'll tell my story. I tell my man, free food. Can't complain about that, honestly. All right. I need to get it in this one. We literally have no work, but the only thing we can really do is do the exchange. Might as well keep the coppers running in, right? Okay, so I could lose 11 crown, but I don't need to lose a cell component. No, I don't want to. I don't want to sell no components. We want to hang on to all the components. I'm guessing they seem important. Lower gate. I guess I'll pay the toll. Alright, so I'm guessing. I remember we need to go over there to get the mushrooms. I think. Let's go ahead and go here and let's do this one right here. Okay, risky. What does this give me? I want to do this. Let's go over here. Ah, man. Do I have a point yet? I do have a skill point. I want more points. That's where we're gonna be going. I can't get that yet. I need 2 points. So I need to wait.
I want to go that way. Yeah, I need 2 points.
I could go here, but I really want to get this first. What is my level? What is my negative? This is my negative. Let's go ahead and get rid of that negative defect. That's a negative. I mean, it's a 0 now. I should be saving that point, but I think then getting rid of the negative modifiers will help a little bit better. Low end district. Red, you're gonna pull my PlayStation off the table. Sorry, I'm talking to my dog. I guess we can do it one more time. We're getting cryo from it. That's good though, because we will need it. We have a stabilizer on us. Oh, low end district. What is this? Mini G Express. Derelict unit. Oh wait, what is this right here? Oh wait, I remember this. I think I can do work, right? Red, you gotta be careful. You're gonna pull my PlayStation off. Alright, lay down on your bed. Lay on your bed. You got a bed right here. Lay down. Alright, not on my feet. I got a blue heeler if you're wondering what type of dog I got. We don't need that. We need work. But right now, we can go back to sleep. Then we are going to work on hacking, hopefully. Ah, I forgot to eat again. Alright. As you enter the bay, thing is nowhere to be seen. The blink of servers and machine blinks out in dark in staccato rhythms. Unseeing eyes of the station digital ghost. Shitted Fing's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by the hammer of his fist on a metal chasing. Those sneaky shitheads. Who's sneaky? Sleeper! Fing's smiling head pops out from behind a stack. Doesn't even let it consciousness I have been eager to see come back here. You pick your way between the thumbring stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of wires that blankets the dark floor. Fing is sat in front of the set of monitors, mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see there? Fing waves at the monitor to his side. Glowing with pale list of information, you lean in closer, looking at the links and data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID, numbers, all the marks of institutional records. Names. Okay, yes, but what kind of names? Sat in front of the monitors, mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Fing waves at the monitor to his side and a pile of information, ID numbers, markets, and... Okay, I already read that. 7. Bingo! He taps the terminal. I pull these from the old data you brought in, all the employees' eyes, original owners, and he leans past you, scrolls the list down. The one, this is a sneaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with his finger. The name reads Anders Hurst. Who's hurt him? That, says he, Fing, giving you a sideways look, is the thing. He drags a stool out beside him and monitors. For you, sit. There just so happens to be Hurst. And Herman, he waits for your reaction. And Heavenage, that is it. He's right there on the station now. He leans back in his chair. Just think about it decades ago. Hardin worked on this station as a Fing leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Thing raises his eyebrows at you. Or Hardin was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. I think it's called Solheim, right? Solheim. He defined a priority growth initiative by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into the system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profits. Good old Hardin shuttled thousands of Pattern Rush workers into infrastructures, which meant that their cut of the work they did not straight back into Solheim. How did you know this? Let me get some drink of water. I'm sitting on a box. Yeah, if you know what I'm using as my chair, I'm sitting on a box of my fan that goes on the ceiling. You know the ceiling fans? I'm sitting on a box unopened. Like most of the stuff I have in my room is unopened. I got a bed that's unopened. My elbow hurts. I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I am a child of the collapse. Thing turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships. They breathed Solheim's air and slept in Solheim's beds. Thing voices raises as he speaks. His hands fist terminal edge, and the work that I paid for the existence, the cycles of hard extractions out of the belt. Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty, poverty and disposable. This guy's stabbing at Hardin once again with his finger. Strategize all that. Did the sums what is that? Sorry, my English. Let me my English. Strategized all that. Did the sums and somehow thousands of cycles later is still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some shit hit snake. He survived the revolution. Surely it can be but how? These guys, they are the big time. There's a lot money can get you if you are a company man. Thing relaxes. But how is Hardin still kicking? I really don't know. He turns to you and smiles. So we are going to find out. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Thing brings up a map of the lower eye. Heveridge might be born out of the Aaron's revolution, still, but a flat heresy is not. Hardin happened to float. What is a hierarchy? It is not. Hardin's happened to float to the top. Thing zooms in the far yards. Thing grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, need more than just the name of the Solheim executive. We need proof. Thing holds the thumbnail size drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it the Ripper Worm. He turned the drive between his fingers and till it'll rip through any digital storage and spin out silken threads of the flitter data. This one is set on the scent of Hardenhurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Thing puts a hand on your shoulder, but however, have particular knack for remote access. Thing grins. If you can extract yourself a Harvender cipher from a Heavener agent, they sometimes carry them around their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any of the ports. You never even need to go near the shipyards. Yes, I already know what is in it from. I knew you could be happy to catch this snake. You don't worry. Once they nail this guy, I'll start work on tracking of your tracker of yours. I haven't forgotten. Thing scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send it back here. To me, there's something wrong here. I need to aim to get to the rotten core of it. You leave Fiend digging through the data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk around and you imagine the eye as it once was, the vast machine are running smooth, strong, directed by people like Harden. A vast Solheim built machine into which thousands are poured from surrogate systems looking for a new life. The hope of a better future engineered to line someone else's pockets is an idea you are immediately familiar with. You think of Harden still alive, still part of this place. You wonder if the past it ever was truly past. I think he wants me to go. Keynote is not what I'm looking at there. I'm out there, Heaven Agent, right? Wait, don't I already have that? Let me check. I hate when games autosave. I really hate when games autosave. It's like the worst feature in any game. That is my only complaint about the game. I'll probably need a new home. Can't set anything else in it. The guy is coming for me. Or whoever it is. That is locked. What do I need? I must not have that perk or something. How much scrap do I have? I should probably move to a different location. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 scrap. I'll probably get the scrap right now because I'm actually not able to get scrap. Not really. Damn. But dog, let's see. Can I get scrap? We need food. You cross between 2 walls of units. One of the cavernous streets at the center of the the pressurized bridge is full of clack of tavia, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters. You cross between 2 walls of the units. One of the cavernous streets at the center of the low end of the pressurized bridge is full of the tavla, the shouts of children. I know, I already read that. Sleeper, you turn to see the man sitting at the tavla table, alone, somehow untouched by the tavla table, alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to sit on a stool on the opposite side. Sit. You sit at the metal stool. He starts sitting out of the board with a counter of the, or at least the filter caps a low-enders typically use in their place. Caster, he says, by way of introduction, looking over his glasses night or day. Gestures at the caps crudely sprayed. I want to choose night. He nods. The black counters are already on your side. Let's begin. You take the plastic die, each pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Caster rolls a 6, you roll a 4. I lead. He smiles. You begin to move his first cap precisely among the board. Play passes back and forth between you and the dice, changing hands as the cap spread among the board. As it does, Caster speaks, eyes not leaving caps. It is unusual to see a sleeper in the eye. That's why I wanted to play you. You take turns rolling. Play. After all, the sleeper mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean, as Caster talks, you build up a wall of caps, stacking them safely across the board. Progress is slow, but you remain unexposed. I don't mean to offend you, Castor meets your eye. I merely see that you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? He slides a single cap onto a open point, a risk and opportunity. He hands you a dice. Do you ever think about this, sleeper? About what you were before? What are you now? I mean, I really want to get to the bottom of the lore, so I guess, yeah. You roll and one, solidify your wall. Solidifying your wall. Capture whistle is the holding game. Commendable. It can be brave to build from what came before. He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move. But we cannot idle too long, sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we get caught. The past, it is not just an idea, a concept, for it is a living, breathing person. He looks up over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. You split from them like a shadow splitting from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives, unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be. He hands you the dice, smiling. You are a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. You roll again under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under casters before he solidifies control of the game. So what am I curious about is how you see yourself in all of this, Cash Pass. What does the tangle of this truth make you? Driven. Casher laughed. That is a bunch of obvious, sleeper. I see it in your eyes. You are eager to make all this count for something. Casher looks away through the glass to the crowded units of all sides. But driven towards what? He starts removing caps. His home board now full as there is an end here, or just endurance. You try a few more rolls attempting to get back in the game, but Castor clears his home board with a sense of inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize, my curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. You roll to return a cap to the board, but all these spaces are blocked. Castor clasped his hands apologetically. You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. He smiles warmly. You have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas perhaps, even data. His eyes glint with that last word, to our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won. I see. Please, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here. If I am able to feed my curiosities, the game over. You notice the bustling of the walkway once more. They call the children, deliveries, the argument, and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave. Castor nodding goodbye as you do, crossing the walkway. You replay the moves of the game, and your mind looking for an opening. You are sure it was there. Wow. So what is this for? Okay, so I can earn cryo from that. Okay, that's nice to know. We need more scrap, that's the problem. Let me sit back down. Ugh, I had to stand up for a second. My hunter's really close. I should probably back off. What am I gonna do, honestly? Shit. I need to buy, this run might end pretty fast. I have an active scene. No, that's right. I gotta do this one. Oh, sucks. I didn't see you there. I was talking my cat once out. I was like, I looked down between my legs. I was like, what are you staring at me? What are you staring? Don't stare at me. Staring at me. Oh, okay. Hey, you want to earn some chits? Akata. Enkata. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that again. Let's see. Stands beside a huge pile of tied together whole plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Make it two. Signs up. The goddamn station size the bridge of her nose. Alright, come here then. You cross the the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into two bundles. What is it with this place? She asks, as if she angrily lashes out the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to imposing height, her armor plates creaking and looking you up and down. Or is it just you all think I'm an easy mark? Oh, we all need to survive. Sovereigns, I get it, I do. She shakes her head. But if I could go just one cycle without some jumped up griffer trying to make me an idiot, then that would be nice. Post one of those bundle of the plating onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat. You've got to earn some chits. You struggle your shoulders the plates, but you do eventually. Aga gives you a couple chips this way, and she sets off down the gantry of the impressive speed as you catch up to her. She turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd stevedores. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Oh, what is all this for? What is all this for? All this? She knows at the plates. Oh, her back. On her back. I'm building a treehouse. She gives you another of her looks. As for the hamburgers, that cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there. She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad on her last job, and I had to moor up here too for a spell, but since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mine, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panels on her shoulder. The upshot is that I'm short of one ship mine with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest, the crews signed off the moment they got wind I'd been stranded. So yeah, it's been a time. Anything I can help? I don't know. I got a ship mine tucked away on that frame of yours. For a moment you aren't sure if she is serious. Swings the plates. I gotta swing the plates over her back, almost knocking you over. And processes. This is me. She hauls the second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together. And you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundles of plates through the hamburger's outer lock and turns back. Just don't spreading all this around. And throws you a couple of chits. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. Alright. Got out here, she calls back, and the lock slams shut. I'm not even an engineer. I can't even I could interface, right? Is that what I have? I need, We're out of work, so we're gonna need to find a place for a stable job. That's the one thing we're gonna need to do. Hold it there, sleeper, comes a voice behind you. Don't run. Stay still. Good, good. A head pats your coat down. You know your master voice and then spines around you? He is wearing a wide smirk and slick jacket. You immediately know he is terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put, he laughs. A cruel laugh, that a sleeper thing, you're my first. You barely hear him. They've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off of it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring from his belt loop. Without talking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pulled most of my contracts out of the asteroid caves or off the godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space passing through it. Who are you? Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over the slide of the rings. Your wrists, go easy. Make a break for it. Shit, man. He has a gun. You really think we're gonna win? He doesn't have a holster, like, correctly. Like, if you were sitting down, you want it pointed outward like that. If you don't want to know. Good, you've got it, the idea, he grins. It's over enough, you've got the idea. You got the idea, he grins. It's over. Ethan nudges you to start walking to the ship and home. He whistles, going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. We can work this out, can we? I don't see much in the way of assets in your possession. Ethan yawns, continue to nudging you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to Espen Art, right? A way that tracker of yours make this too quick. Was hoping you'd put up a bit more of a chase, you know. A running battle through the bright market, maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There was a few establishments that would have enjoyed checking out while I had looked around. We walked in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think a way to escape the Espen Art tracker. Will you be the death of you? Hey, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts. I thought about the way back to the ship. We stopped by a drink. I'm buying. Yawns at his own joke. I got a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Jeez. Although muses, Ethan, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate system, and we are heading for the exit. He pauses, and you thrudge on his silence. Okay, here's the idea, starts Ethan. You and me, we make a little arrangement here. Are the terms. He turns you in to face. He turns you face you. He turns you to face him. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye. I will shoot you. You plot or scheme. You try to kill me. I shoot you. But he smiles. You come meet me at a establishment of my choice. Every few cycles, and you pay me tab. You pay my tab. I don't shoot you. He pauses. He pauses. You don't pay my tab. He rattles his handgun. You get the idea. I get it. Okay, then that sounds to me like a deal. He stretches. Give me a moment. Give me one moment. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something at his belt, and the ring released from your wrist. I'm going to see if I can find my old stool at the Compress Club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I know. Ethan turns around, strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mixes of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What you are going to do now? Alright. Well, we will be ending it here. My time is up. I hope y'all really enjoyed this so far. I've enjoyed it so far. It's been a pleasure to be reading. It's been a pleasure to be doing a lot of stuff. I know we're not checking out Citizen Sleeper 2. Just to let you give you a heads up. But until then, I'll see y'all later. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. Remember, this is JC Gamer 1. Those who subscribe, welcome to the Gremlin Army. Adios, amigos.